Welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and it is a lovely day at the beer garden of Capital Brewery. We are in Middleton's backyard.
Middleton's backyard, indeed. It is a perfect day out here.
It's gorgeous.
Perfect day for filming.
Gosh.
It's not too hot, nice cool breeze, not too humid. And we are joined now by Ashley Kinart. How are you, Ashley?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks
guys.
for
Good to
having
see you again.
us. Yes, we love coming here.
So, Capital Brewery is turning 30. And
Yep.
that's so exciting. We're so excited for you guys. What beers have you guys made to celebrate this great birthday?
Well, we decided instead of just doing one 30th anniversary beer, why not do a whole series of them? Have a little something,
really?
little something old, little something new.
Sure.
So what we've been doing is kind of some of our original beers, and either doing a spin-off or something special with them, as well as some kind of brand new fun stuff. So the first one we did was our Munich Dark, was our very first beer we ever brewed.
Yeah.
Just kind of mix it up a little bit. We did some coffee and vanilla infusion into there. Our second release was a pear Kolsch, which is really fun. It's a German style, but kind of a little bit American twist on it. And that was fun because we didn't actually put any pear into it. It was just the ingredients we were using and kind of the process. And then our newest one will be just coming out these next couple weeks is it's a spin-off of our Pilsner, which is one of the other first beers we did, and we're doing an imperial version. And actually our original brewmaster came out and brewed it with us.
Oh,
so
wow, how cool.
that was really, really neat to kind of get to meet him and hang out with him and kind of have a little the old generation, new generation kind of collaboration.
So you've got some throwback going on here, which
Yep,
is pretty cool.
absolutely.
All
Go
right.
big or go home. I love that you're doing a whole slew of beers for the 30th. But you know what? That's a huge milestone.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. 30 years in the business. It's especially, these days there's so many craft brew companies coming up and people doing their own things. And you guys have just done such wonderful things over the years. It's fun to kind of throw back to the old days.
Absolutely.
And
really
may I
like
add that you guys were doing it before it was cool.
Oh
That's
yeah, there was
Yeah.
when they said they wanted to open a brewery in Middleton. Everybody thought they were crazy.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
You're not, there's all these huge breweries around. You're gonna open a small brewery.
little one?
Right.
How is
Right.
that gonna work?
Yeah.
So yeah, and nowadays, look at where we're at. There's almost a brewery on every corner in some places of the country.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Cool to be a part of the old school crew that
Yeah.
kind of spearheaded it for the
Spearheaded
rest
that
of
Oh,
us.
effort. Yeah,
absolutely. You've got some street cred. No, just kidding. But well, that's a ton of fun. 30th anniversary is a huge big deal. Some really fun things happening now. But let's talk about what's really important: the fall and winter. Back when I can have some beer again. What are you guys planning to get you through the rest of the year?
So we will try to do one more of our 30th anniversary series, and that one's going to be kind of a play off our Oktoberfest. It is our best-selling seasonal, so we're actually getting into Oktoberfest brewing mode right now. It seems kind of early, but as far as kind of the lagering goes, you got to let it sit a little bit. So
Yeah.
that Oktoberfest will be coming out real soon. The Autumnal Fire will be ramping up for pretty quick here, and then I think that I haven't exactly decided what the 30th anniversary Oktoberfest is going to be, but it's going to be fun, and I think it's going to be, again, one of our best seasonals, one of the ones we've been doing for a pretty long time.
You
so
have such a fun job,
I know,
Ashley.
I
I
was just
can't
gonna
get
say.
over it. Like, you get to, kind of think up these things and decide what you're going to do and plan ahead, and you must love it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a ton of fun. There's
Yeah.
so many aspects to it. It's a little bit of everything, so
Yeah.
you never get bored for sure.
So you guys are collaborating with your original brewmaster, Mr. Fred Scheer. How did that come about? How did you just call him up on the phone and say, hey, you want to do this? Or-
Actually, he called us up.
Really?
I guess I didn't have all of my history of our company down very well, and so he called and left a message with our on the general line, and I was like, I don't know if I know this guy, and like he wants to come meet up with me and talk to our president. And Scott was like, oh yeah, here, I'll give him a call. He was really excited because I don't think he's talked to him in years either. So. And it turns out, so he came out and we had some beers, chatted about stuff, and it turns out he's actually a big part in the Master Brewers Association, which a week or two later would have been my first meeting.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, we'll see you there. We got to hang out there. He kind of introduced me to everybody, pointed out the new kid in the crowd, and so I was embarrassed. And so it was really cool. It's fun to kind of chat with him and see what has changed, but see how much really is still the same, because the brewing process is, there's new technology, but there's a lot of stuff that will never change.
But beer is still beer when it comes down to it.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, so dating back to Fred, now fast forward to, we have you, Ashley, and I'm sure there's been folks in between. How does the process work? I mean, what do you do to decide what you're going to make, decide what you're going to call it, decide what flavors go in. Like, how do you even start?
Yeah.
I think the first thing I like to do is when is this beer coming out? What kind of beer do I want to drink at that time of the year? Or is there a special event, special something going on? So for like this 30th anniversary, we knew they had to be fun. We wanted to have some kind of our traditional roots, or for a couple of them, we wanted to do something new and different we hadn't done. As far as the naming goes, sometimes it's kind of a collaborative effort. Who's got a fun idea, everybody kind of brings stuff to the table.
Well, you have the best names. I just love the names. They're so much fun and creative.
Yeah. You had mentioned that one of your brews that you're coming out with for the 30th anniversary has coffee and vanilla infused in it.
Yep.
And I'm curious to know how the infusion process works, how that affects the flavors, and what does that process look like?
There's a lot of different times throughout the whole brewing process, and without getting too detailed and too much into the boring nitty-gritty stuff, we like to add it kind of a little bit towards the end of the process, and that keeps a lot of the aroma and flavors in there.
Sure.
Whereas there's some other stuff going on throughout fermentation, everything, that a lot of those aromatics and flavor compounds are kind of lost within the process. So infusing beers, you can kind of add it at a point to the process where you get your exact flavors. You're not worried about the flavors changing, and just kind of really pinpoint exactly how you want it to turn out. And it's a fun way. You can take just a regular beer you're already doing and put some extra fun stuff in it. So
absolutely, and make it work for the season. I mean, different tastes, obviously, as you know, change throughout the season based on the temperature and the moods and the kinds of activities you're involved in. So you get to make those adjustments as you go through the year.
Yeah.
What are some other things that you've infused beer with? Give us some examples of things you've done in the past, and I don't know, maybe some things you want to do going forward you haven't done yet.
Actually, our summer seasonal right now, for our draft version of it, we do a ginger lime infused version of the Lake House, which is this one right here. So that was a really fun one to infuse. Yeah. There's a lot of ginger peeling involved, but it's pretty fun. I've been kind of messing around with some fun herbs and spices. If we have a special event for a bar or a beer fest, something like that, I did a cardamom and hazelnut infused beer, and so it's fun to kind of just go check out kind of the herb and spice aisle at the grocery store, at the co-op, and see like what kind of fun ingredient have I never used, and which of our beers could I use it in, or would I like to create something brand new
just for that
would be based around that. And yeah, and I think I'll try to do some more coffee beer as well. My brother works for Colectivo, and so we got to kind of collaborate, and he sent me a bunch of samples on different roasts to use. So coffee, I think, in itself is similar to beer. There's so many different things going into it that your average coffee drinker like myself, I can't even put those all on the table, which is good to have my brother to assist me with.
Yeah, so. You guys are quite the duo and making quite the combo beer. I love it. So much fun.
You've got such a great variety of beer here, and we always love coming down here. So
anytime you bring a bucket of beer, I mean, come on.
You can't go wrong. If you have not been down to the beer garden here at Capitol Brewery in Middleton, you are missing out. So come on down. They have great food. They have great beer, I should say, and they have some great bands that come down here as well.
Some great food vendors to come out and try it too sometimes.
Absolutely. So Ashley Kinart, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me again.
That's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family here at Capitol Brewery. From all of us here, we'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world